كل الحاضرين بمقاماتكم. I'm so happy that you are all here to come and say goodbye to a great man. Somebody who has been, I've been looking up at him since 1964. I remember when we were in Kajog Intermediate with those of Malual and Chanaraj, that was the first time I saw Bona Malwal. He came from Wow going to Gogrial. Then the headmaster, Mr. Ali Arif, brought him to second intermediate school by then, and was taking him around the school, visiting every class. When he came to us in first year, to those of Shanghai, the headmaster immediately introduced him to us. I remember the way he introduced him. This is Bona Malwal. He just came from America. He's assistant information officer. Wow. That was the tallest person I first, because when he entered our class, I remember he had to bend down. I've seen now he has, while he's getting age, he was a very tall man. And Bona was one of the first Southern officials, which I believe was highly respected by Northerners. And I remember in 1967, I met him again in Khartoum. In Khartoum, I was taken to Khartoum by my cousins, Alfred Walakoit and Isaiah Majo, both who are his colleagues and his friends. By then, Amarad Tasma of Khartoum, it was only Southerners that used to stay there. Northerners come and build them and they go and stay in their Jalus Bitam there. I remember our houses were near to General Abut's house. The best clubs in Amarat were hired by Southern Sudanese parties. It was Sanu, Mafran. I grew up between these two parties, and which I certainly state. I thought that people of Sanu were the greatest people. Until I grew up and I became progressive, I became too much negative about them and I took up the progressive road. Both Sanu and Front became people we thought they were the ones actually obstructing our liberation. And until last year, when I read the memoirs of Hilary Logali, this is where I grew up and became politically mature. And I came to respect whoever was calling himself Southern Front by then. These were great people, which we in the SPLM did not even give them their greatness. And at this stage, I completely agree with them with everything they said. Because the way they looked at the problem of Southern Sudan and the best way for us to achieve our emancipation was different from that one of Sanu. Sanu was for the liberation of the marginalized, which happened to be blacks, and we are blacks. It was almost a racial kind of something that fixed Africans versus Arabs. They did their part, but I remember Southern Front have no a single blood in their hands. history that you know. And they were the real political ideologues of the South. I'm not saying that SANU did nothing. It is the same policies of SANU that took us to SPLA, and that actually now liberated the South. And it is this ideology of black against Arab that remain in the North, that have destroyed the North now. And it is coming here and will destroy us because we don't see Arabs any longer. We have divided into tribes. For everybody around here, a Dinka is worse than an Arab. Or maybe Mahdi is this and this. It is through these front people that where real politics were involved. So, Bona Malwal is a man of God. That's why he died on Sunday. And that Sunday, according to Catholics, was the day of the dead. If you remember it. It's not a coincidence. He died for that special day in which personally I feel that was a big sign for what is going to happen. When I entered here, Agueda came to me and told me that some few days ago, he was talking in this house with Bona Malwal, and he gave him a message for me, which he gave me. That message was, and he told tell him, Nas without them, generation without them, we need peace. And he's right. It is our generation who are destroying the South now. And Bona, among his colleagues, I used to think he was the strongest among these people. But when I heard this from a gate, I knew Bona knew who are responsible for this. We, the boys of John Garang, are responsible for all these problems. And I think Bona was not one again to see a war in the South and we're killing ourselves. He decided to go. And why did he want to go? Why did he decide to go? Probably maybe the defection of Yabdin played a part. Then I was like John Garang. Who are in the bush now? Kalunga one. Name them. Who were the young officers that were fighting this war, and sometimes they used to call us, or like John Garang. Now that he has died, I have two messages only for two groups. The sons of Bona Malwal. Every father would want to be buried by his own children. One is happy to see that cow again. My other advice is people like that I'm sure nobody told Akasha that Bona is gone. في ناس كثيرين شفتهم قبل ده كان ولد بتاعهم لكن is part of that group. There are so many of them here. Bona Malwal did not die because your generation is needed by God. It should not be a reason for you people also to say we are going. We need you. لو في ناس زي في موت بتاع جون جران لنا احنا دين Because when we used to say Abelaler, Bona Malwal, Lago, all these old people is still alive, we felt that we were removing because they were our limit. Now Bona has died. No, I think the whole thing is coming to us. In the sense, for these people not to go, then it is time for us to see where we went wrong. If the president was here today, I would have told him, let it be enough for the death of Bona Malwal. Of course, it is not him, but the environment we are in, if we don't improve it, all these are going. Because no one among them is ready for a bloodshed any longer. I would like the president, if there is anybody who will pass it to him, that the last documents, the documents of reconciliation, what do you call it, national dialogue, those are very, very important documents. If we had listened to what these old people told us, we would not be in a situation like this now. These two documents, this national dialogue, the brain behind it was all Bona Malwal. If we had listened to these people, we would not have been in this predicament now. Another document is the document of Rumbek. When we have a small misunderstanding in the movement, let him read his own speech and what he said about the South, about John Garang, and how he suffered. If he reads these documents, two documents, there's nothing that can prevent us to go for national dialogue. What we need now is not war. So I'm telling my father, I will not be part of any bloodletting here again, completely. We'll fight hard, and we'll add our hands to the president, to Mr. President, such that we bring those guys who are here, provided that we know who are responsible for all this. Saying that, Mafi Rahma corruption, Mafi Rahma tribalism, Mafi Rahma all that have divided us, this is the only way we can come together again and make sure that people like Azadi die happy. That's the only way we can make people like Nyandeng Turbino die happy. None of them would want us to fight, to see us fighting among ourselves. For those who have come, please, let us forget all of our problems. The death of Bona Malwal must unite us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for your speech, and thank you so much for also reminding us that we have visitors, national and international here, also as well as we're up. That's a point taken. And ladies and gentlemen, forgive our inconvenience, but electricity has just gone off, so we will like to pass on a little bit with the speeches because not everybody is loud and audible. And I'm sure all of us want to listen to each and every speech made by individuals. So please bear with us for just a few minutes, and then we will come back to our speeches and continue. Thank you so much.
Chula kuya kan.
We're back. Thank you for using this opportunity to interact and say hello to each other. And thank you.
I want to Yamol, Pin bowling on. I want to Yamol, big Yamol, Pin bowling on. I want to Yamol. I want to Yamol, Pin bowling on. I want to Yamol. Kiawi, na job up in me, Kala Yogan Makir. Akan Makir. Makir Abu Babati and the Twig, you're going to go. Man, can you want to take a core? Your tail will come. Another day, of a long man, yeah, fine. Man, can you want to take a core? Your tail will come. And now, what the woman? When I am not going to the young man, the question. And now, what the woman? When I am not going to the young man, the question. Why don't you tell me I'm going to get you I'm going to my contact. But I got a Yanni, the Mulbang and Annie. But I got a Yanni, the Mulbang and Annie. You don't know the cat. I didn't put my team up on a very young guy and that was out. I got to go right down my job, yet you do my work. And I'm coming.
Tradition can leave us. This is part of the Dinka culture. So thank you so much, Mama. Erol dundi piada. Ayoko niya buduk jamin. Ayoko niya re kaman ko. Buka panon ke kapir ko chuk bigre ni ne. Chimene bab tok brer ke pari because koi kok amot ke bawat. Koi security bigre ayer. Organizing committee, please make sure you're available for Netwitch. Monitor whoever needs water and provide them with that services. Like I said, Obutu Yame, Pursaken Abugam, Right Honorable Pamina Awerial Anwong, Deputy Speaker, National Assembly. Please, we humbly ask you to come forward and give your remarks to the mourners. You're welcome.
Thank you, sister. Our mourners, elders, good afternoon. The Right Honorable Speaker, Jema Nono Kumba, she came here with me, and unfortunately he has got headache. So she asked us to leave because of that. So I have remained here representing the National Legislative Assembly and the Council of State, and on behalf of these two houses, we convey our condolences to the entire family, the members of the family, Southern Sudanese, and all the friends who have come here. So our condolence as National Assembly and Council of State is there with you. We are all, our hearts are all with you here. As it has been said by so many people who spoke before me, Dr. Bona Malwal is somebody that admired by so many people. He has worked. At the time that we were in London, Mulana Nicola Nyol is here, Tingagos is here, and so many. Bona Malwal was also here. Bona Malwal has contributed a lot by writing so many articles concerning the liberation of the Republic of South Sudan. Bona has contributed. Before us,
and he has done his work. So, for the members of the Assembly, we have sent you our condolences, and for Right Honorable Speaker, she will get a chance to come here because the time is still, and she will have to convey the word of the members of the National Assembly and the Council of State. So I will not prolong my talk, my speech, because there are people who knew Bona more than me. And we will get that chance for all of us to talk. Let the death of Bona Malwal today be a unity or uniting the people of the Republic of South Sudan. Our people sometimes, whenever we say something, they will not listen. And Bona Malwal, the president has not come yet, but he will come. There are things that Bona Malwal should be named, so that we remember Bona Malwal as a national leader of this country. I will stop here. MC, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for your remarks and for being so brief. We have a lot of people in waiting to give their speeches, both national, international, and we're up. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give this opportunity to my colleague, Marco Mayup, to come and continue with the rest of the program.
Thank you, my co-MC. Yeah, clear everyone. First, there are a few announcements we want to make. These few announcements are: number one, we repeatedly say that those who are escorting their posts, the security personnel, we request you to remain behind because our scenes is very small. We request you to remain behind when you are coming, escorting the national ministers or the generals. That is the announcement number one. Announcement number two, we have bedroom, the mobile ones, they are outside. In case you want to go for a relief, then the mobile bedroom, they are outside. There is one inside here, and then the two are outside. That is for the mobile bedrooms. And then نود لضيوفنا الأكارم أيضا بأنه الناس اللي بيجوا مع الحراس بتاعهم لأن نقول كمان للحراس لما تكونوا جايين مع الوزراء بتاعكم بكون أفضل منكم تجيبوا في الباب هناك نعمل مساحة قد تكون ضيقة لنا كلنا وممكن تجيب هناك لهنا مع خروج بتاع الوزير بعدين مع زول انت جاي معه ممكن تطلع معه بالبخاتي لأنه في الفسح هنا ما في محل بيقدر يشيل ناس. We want to recognize the presence of Honorable Moyo Makech, and we want also to recognize the presence of Honorable Martin Elia Lamoro, National Minister of Cabinet Affairs. For us to go back to our speeches, I would like to invite Honorable Paul Moyo Makech to have a few remarks. Thereafter, we will go to our uncle. Our uncle is down there, Amana Amina Akasha, هو الأخ وصديق للأنكل بونا ملوال. وجاء كبير قاعد معنا هنا كمان أنكل أمينا أكاشا. هيجي بعد Honorable Paul Moyo Makech in his few remarks. We recognize also the presence of Honorable Denga Lorkwal, former Minister of East African Affairs.
Dear mourners, good afternoon. Chira lo ke so sudden But with that, I want to say late Honorable Bona Malwal is a symbol for very many things that we know. As young people, when he was at the peak of his commitment to the country at the time, we had seen him how he stood with the case of South Sudan during Numeri and in subsequent governments. It is not time really to talk about the legacy and all the good deeds of Uncle Bona Malwal. We need time to sort out our ideas and views. However, I want to say two things. One, and specifically this is for Honorable Minister Akwe, that the passing on of your father should be celebrated and not mourned for. Bona has lived for 97 years, meaningful 97 years, and for that reason, we have to celebrate his life. And to celebrate his life, I agree with the previous speaker, General Alew, that for us to have Bona in mind for the next generations to come, we must name some of our institutions and other vital institutions in his name. Number two, on behalf of the Agar community in Juba, I want to say we pass our condolences to you, the immediate family, the people of Twi, the entire people of Warab, and the entire people of South Sudan. I thank you, and I want to thank you again, and let us celebrate his life, which should not be translated into mourning him, but celebrating his rich life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Babada. Paul Mayamake, Chinchuglage, what pot and chin by Bandat Pio, Nada can a local can deal on the Okai, young uncle Ranadi Chiriak, Uncle Bona Malwal Madut Ring, in a Kulukut and a Kolgan, Naika, Go, Valor, Kaipandi, Akuma Chiban, Kajida Kuma, Alangich Bench, Honorable General Paul Mayang Duke, Senior Advisor. Okay, former Minister of Investment, Honorable Dr. Din Matuk, Kujala, Kajida Kuma, Alangich Martin Elia Lomoro, Kopadra Anjiban Ben, all the diplomats, we welcome you to this very important gathering as we celebrate and mourn the death of our uncle, Bona Malwal Madut. Now to go to the next speaker. We had earlier said that the next speaker would be Uncle Amana Amin Akasha, lakin bezuruf bital Mike, lano Mike bital Kahra Lawaya Dalisa, Maja. We will proceed to the next speakers. Because we are against the time, I would want to directly invite Honorable Dr. Martin Eliel Moro to come and have a few remarks as he is going back to other businesses. Honorable Martin Eliel Moro, the Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Republic of South Sudan.
أنا بسأل أنتم كلهم جاء عشان يشارك في وفاء بتاع أبونا بونا ملوال. أنا بسألهم كله باسم تيسير المسيح. أنا برضه داير أقول بروتوكول يكون في محله، ولكن بالنسبة لي أزول المادة قوي my godfather. He's the reason why I'm here in South Sudan. ربنا لما سمعت خبر الساعة 11:30 أثر معي شديد، ولكن احنا عارفين عمر وموت بيمشي مع بعض. احنا برضه عارفين انه لو كان في إصبير لإنسان يمكن كان بيكون بلقى إصبير عشان دايرين بونا ملوال يعيش معنا زيادة. الليلة ما يوم بتاع الكلام عن بونا ملوال، زمان بتاع بيجي وأنا بتكلم، لكن الليلة ده يوم لنا جايين نذكر بونا ونمون بونا، وده ما سهل. أنا عارف تأثير بونا في الجنوب كله، تأثير بتاعه في الريجن كله، تأثير بتاعه في الكونتيننت لما كان جنوب السودان، وتأثير بتاعه في نهنا أولاد بتوعه. ونهنا ما بيخلي تاريخ بتاع بونا يبوظه، بنقول الحقيقة بتاعه زي ما هو كان زول بيقول كلام دغري، تاريخ بتاعه يكتبه دغري. ده مسؤولية بتاعنا ليه. ليلة نقدر أقول إحنا جايين لتعزية وجايين نبكي ورا يوم ده كلام أنا بتكلم عن ورا. شكرا لكم.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Matt Eliel Moro, for a few remarks of words of encouragement. Now I will give mics to my co-MC, Yolanta Nemakuch, to outline the number of the dignitaries that have come here. This includes Honorable Comrade Mary Apai, the deputy chairs of the SPNM. She is around with us, a number of the government dignitaries and comrades from the SPNM party.
Thank you. Let the protocol remain observed. For the interest of time, I would like to recognize the presence of Honorable Maridi Luga. I also recognize the presence of Honorable Grigory Demkwach. I also recognize the presence of General Bajang Akich. I recognize the presence of Charles Achich Mayor, the Deputy Director of Internal Bureau. I recognize the presence of Honorable Paul Mayomakech. I recognize the presence of Honorable Nadia Arop Dudi, the National Minister. I recognize the presence of Honorable Deng Alor Paul. I also recognize the presence of Honorable Pierre Tong. I also recognize the presence of Honorable the presence of Ambassador Aruf Deng. I recognize the presence of Dr. Martin Eliel Moro. I recognize the presence of Comrade Mary Apai. We are receiving Her Excellency Nyadeng Jamabur, the Vice President for Youth Cluster. Her Excellency, you are highly welcome and received to mourn with us in this sorrow day. Thank you for coming. I also recognize the presence of Honorable Paul Manyang Juk, the Senior Presidential Advisor. I also recognize the presence of Uncle and his as well son of Kid Medit, and that is none other than Mr. Kura Jingater. Is a businessman. I recognize the presence of an elder, and it's none other than Amin Al-Kasha, the way we know him. I apologize if that is not the right name. I also recognize the presence of Dr. Dio Matok. I also recognize the presence of Honorable Dr. Nguen Mutuil. And lastly, I recognize the presence of Molana Gadwich Lul, among other dignitaries. Please feel at home, and we are glad to have you as we mourn our father, our grandfather, a hero, a patron. At this juncture, I'll give the mic back. Thank you. To my colleagues to continue with the program, and if there is any error, I beg your forgiveness. I also recognize the presence of Under Secretary Honorable Madhu Ring. Thank you.
We want to correct that General Chief Mayor is the Director General, not Deputy Director, but a Director General of Internal Bureau, National Security Service. We recognize their presence. As we move on, we want also to repeat and recognize the presence of Her Excellency, the Vice President for Gender and Youth Cluster, Mama Rebecca Nyandeng. She has arrived and she's with us in the venue. In Chuglej, Mama Nyandeng Dipan on Chinban, Kujala Jola Kekat Kagien. We move to the next speeches. As we bite the advice from Honorable Lena Yang, before that, we will concentrate to give the speeches and remarks to the guests outside Warab. For that reason, we will still continue to invite Honorable Ambassador of South Sudan, Head of Mission to Kenya, Ambassador Luis Anthony Kon, Ambassador Luis Anthony Kon, Head of Missions of South Sudan to Kenya. If he's available, he will have a few remarks as well. Ambassador Luis Anthony Kon.
First of all, I would like to ask permission to speak in Dinka, whereby Uncle Malual Madut Ring. Tigal kabaji tingo baji benbe pani chen thor pe wadan mit malwali awele ba yi ngi malwali Tani jogo wako ako kubadit I can get a ping more on it. Get what to buy. I want an hand and young away. I realize I'll call them and get away. I come out of my work. Why can we face the lama? I see a part of a regular job at Malual. And I did came on the. When you have been Louis Kayene, Sagafa, I love it for you too. But I think I'm forgetting a country. Talking jail with America. When I jail with Britannia, over you for you. Quite forgot I have that quite comfortable. But then good. I think you can enter the bank when you enter. The view of Yam to get to can buy it. Can buy anything for me? Can you will take out of it? Like I said, the view of Yam take away. Because I can see my body capacity, I can jump. I thought I need a book and not the one of a book and not a jump. Like it to go away. Why she buy Bentley? Wakuma old kilo. Azab quality will be a come. Could you like spell it? You can. The J1. Could you know? Ogalo declaration. Could be by could be a Bentley. Well, I am a rabbit. What I want. Could you don't get out of you? Get that man, boy. Tell you again, independence of South Sudan, a couple of what's up for Kalito. A human one need to keep me up. Another question about you. When I put because you. I call talk at a way you did that. And I call them the last time. While they kill away, let them cook up and I'm in a catch and then food to get up in a catch of one from Bokulo Kuyuku. We ain't and Mata and tell him in a catch. Could you roll him over there? When we go in. The later than Yale Chomay. Bokulo, for the week, a Madame Louis bad satin. While Madame Louis could have up the SPLA. When I look at white, it will be a couple of Kuma with the clerk as of Kalita. Go away, go out, yak. I had to watch it. I didn't jump to keep the bench in my yard. But we baroque the unit with it. Who jump in, who are mad. I'm at a blue side, yak. Walk a damn young over Sato. Now, lay a quality. Walk or go with him. The Jimmy Jangi wearing it. While little uncle. While little Kashagam come a thing. And I shall I hear him go with. Ulaku you could one. A little quick. While let me get here with the leggy. That will meet bigger puppy caro. When I kill it, when I can know why I put that. Abuga will get you. Go lay with you. While then I jump from Malual Madut. Well, look a week here and get the jump here. But with the jump here, come and kill it. Because I'm not going to keep with Brian. What a cup of tea. Now, after 5 minutes, I put one you back. I will leg in like a bang. Leg up for Moradi. Let's all love it, J1. When I began to know about it, the Lord looked at by Jan, they got a politician by Wilkie. Well, they don't matter where they get and again, well, mother and child Rory, well, you, and I told of the Rory. Very young, they can't be you. When they get I think of it, oh, I let me put up a new party. Gaza put I went young and went over Gumka. For being the delegation, good, be tiny. For being the president, you go back. A history. Because the children here, what the money acquired in Lazab Junubia or Wachi by Children, Lazab Junubia. I cannot buy, I need to buy. Because the enemy, my own experience, Kichi the Kun, the lawyer is about. If I went take up on that. When it has up for King and Marathon, Obama has up for Big Love, and she went up for one of my Big Love. When she salam, and he can't bury it. The way by the way, Malual did salam. In a way, you think the Lord. Musalam, I check it up, and it's a process. I think I know little what Kelly tell the Kanyan Monwandi. When the salam you talk with Paul. Where salam in a by Louis. Where salam in a by. But go on, move your pay. But I got here about what I lie here by a top. By a top. I think they didn't will again why I teach again. And when you went up here, I attack my two of the Madia concern. Well, salam. I didn't go to all. Ubi Quadan, Yana Quadan, and Tarila and Kibet. But come to salam in a Horkan. You know, by baby. We'll buy some lettering. We'll be quite in. But I come up okay. And I go quite in. Cái người bên kia cái gì, có phải đi bay còn cái thứ còn, nhìn cái người trả sao thì, có bên quản luôn, phải có coi chứ.
Thank you, Ambassador Luis Anthony Con, Head of Missions, South Sudan, Kenya. He was very eloquent in his remarks. He has made it very clear that Uncle Bona Malwal is an icon of peace in the regions of South Sudan. We thank you for that remark. As we move on to invite other speakers, we want also to minimize the minutes when we invite you to have a speech here. We would like also to say that be brief and concise because this occasion is meant for mourners and the word of encouragement. Kotuki jabardu na degran lebih jam betuk monjang because kacin itenben majority amonjeng kapat jabardu ku bajam tung monjang tung untare kaipi. Teni ran untare lebih jam tung monjang zemaji ambassador channel loy tung monjang chuglej orang odola tuing wujud wadanun inci angkol dah. Berbeda lena yang nyaleu cilewo kun terwe coach MCs jal ke jam yak cuat coachien lalu melalui di ceran tweet jubas ceran Junub Sudan ceran Afrika ka jol kwane ke Japan ake ga bokolu rekistina paidit buke ga yek yul. Now I'm going ahead to call one of the neighbors, the pillar kuyene nasibda Kuera Mat ko kapaidit Benj Victor Ngwan Manchilwaja, former governor of Unity State, he has come here to a few remarks. Kubode Bulwil Benj Yunasib Ngajin in Pintung Wanjang I challenge him Benjang to Wanjang in Pintung Wanjang kawan Chipli.
Thank you MC. خلينا نتكلم بعربي so that كل زول يسمعوا. طبعا الليلة دي يوم بتاع حزن، ودي يوم بتاع لأنه أنكل بونا اللي هو رحل من وسطنا ما هنشوفه، لكن احنا شايفينه بطريقة تانية. بونا رحل، لكن المهم هو خلينا لنا شنو؟ احنا في دولة اسمها جنوب السودان. He has contributed immensely عشان الليلة نكون في وضع بتاع الستيت هود. Let us celebrate his legacy while mourning him. We are celebrating his legacy. ومهما قلنا شنو الكلمات ما هتفي، ما هتكفي كله في وصف بتاع أبونا بونا مالوال. To my community of Tijmayadit, I'm son of Tijmayadit. وأنا بعرف the depths of relationship البربط تجمياديت ومنطقة بتاع بول في يونيتي ستيت. ده علاقة بتاع التاريخ وعلاقة بتاع الناس أهل والدماء واحد. أنا بقول نعزي أنفسنا كلنا لأن الفقد كبير، لكن أنكل بونا عمل اللي عليه. The remaining talent ده حقنا. أنه نمشي في خطوات بتاع الأولاد أنكل بونا مالوال. Let us cement and cement again our national unity. بونا ده واحد من الناس ساهموا في الربط بتاع الجنوبين. وحدة بتاعنا مهم ونحافظ على السلام. وهنبتدي ميادة ربنا بيعودنا وكلنا أمكن بولا مالوال ديت. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Madut, the former governor of Unity State, for a few and a very concise remark concentrating on the lives of Honorable Uncle Bona Malwal. Now I will give mic to my co-MC Yarkil Erbia to continue with the rest of the program.
Thank you so much, Marco, for leading us until this point. Ladies and gentlemen, like stated earlier, this is a gathering of a mixed reaction, whereby in one way we are sad that we've lost our mentor, and in one way we are happy that our elder has finally joined his father, and we all hope he meets him as his right hand. So allow me, the tradition gives us the opportunity to exercise a few that we who grew up in the city can do, but gathering as such, we can ignore them. Therefore, allow me to invite Mama Yaden Carbino to come and give us something small that the Dinka, and if not Africa at large, something that they do in honor of their lost one, especially someone at the age of Baba Magali. Mama, you're welcome.
Laiku Yesu Kristo. Laiku Yesu Kristo. Ya na ke jamen ban be jam. Ya na tete wate. Na la jalten ko wala ke kala de wal da ke ya tule. Ina kanan ben wuni ne ba ku. Yan ben mun ya ki ga. Yen e wa da na wi bi wo pio. A ton chẳng chia ra luôn chỉ có mu và chỉ biết nó Sudan mu và chỉ Sudan mu ai ôn mi không phải có phổ ra toàn cũng đi ra luyện cái anh cứ đi truy mà đi anh quý bạn bên cũng biết đi truy biết pin luyện đi mày đi đây truy mày đi đây mày đi xin năm gần mày đi xin năm đồng mày đi xin năm riya à không nó mà được rồi mày ra cũng như vô Madiango kumalakala binde majo gari ala cha benden ene wichali de maya tumde kwamo maya mayani de mani chinam da mani chinam ya atonga malale kwende gaga kujugo Madiango kumalakala binde majo gari ala cha benden ene wichali de mayani danyam Mayani danyam, mayadi danyam we. And I'm thinking the right epi mayadi. Maya. Shukran.
Thank you, Mama. Anthony, please come and give us those names briefly.
Thank you, Honorable Angelina, for that wonderful you. As we put it in the Dinka language. Ladies and gentlemen, in the presence of Vice President, I would like to recognize the following personalities. Honorable Atian Atian, the Minister of Finance, Honorable Addis Ababa, the Governor of Central Bank, Honorable Tor Deng Mayen, Honorable Mum Majak, Minister of Investment, General Khalid Butrus. Thank you for coming, Honorable Kotlual Arech, Honorable Adande, among other dignitaries. Please feel at home as we mourn our yeah, you can continue. Honorable Addis Ababa is the Governor of Central Bank of South Sudan. Thank you.
And right now we're going back to our speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give this opportunity to our elder, a mentor, and a leader that most of us admire and desire to follow his route. And that is none other than Honorable Kwalmanyang Duke will come up here and then give his remarks. And when he's done, I'm sorry, Honorable, but I am too small to invite Her Excellency. So immediately after your speech, we kindly request you on behalf of the MCs, please help us invite her in front.
You will grow. الحضور الكريم، طبعا اليوم تاريخي، يومنا نجينا عشان نحضر العزاء، نجي العزاء لأخونا وأخواتنا أبناء وبنات الزعيم الراحل بونا مالوال مادوت رينج. دي زول عظيم، زول كبير، بدأ النضال بتاعه في خمسينيات القرن الماضي، وهو كان بينادي بانفصال الجنوب، يعني من الناس الأوائل بعد استقلال جنوب من السودان هو كان من الناس اللي كان بينادوا بانفصال بتاع جنوب السودان بطريقة سلمية. كان هو كان بيشوف النضال بسلاح بيشيل أرواح كتير، لكن الجنوبيين لو اتوحدوا وينادوا بالانفصال ويعمل بانفصال ويقنعوا الحكام في السودان عشان يخلي الجنوب ده ينفصل. هو ناضل برضه حتى في النضال بتاعنا مسلح بتاع SPLA. هو كان صديق لدكتور جون جرن، وكان برضه نصيحة كبير عشان كيف هو يقدر يقود النضال المسلح بطريقة كويس. أما بونا هو برضه صديق لبريطانيين، يعني حتى لما هو كان بيدعم الحركة هو بطريقته برضه كان بيحاول عشان يقنع البريطانيين عشان الحرب ده لازم ينتهي بطريقة سلمية. هو لعب دور كبير وقدر يقنع الأمريكان برضه عشان هم برضه يتدخلوا عشان الحرب دي ينتهي بطريقة كويسة. لأننا أخواننا مع السودانيين الشماليين برضه أخوان وأخوات. يعني إذا الحرب بينتج لموت ناس كتير، الناس يتقاتلوا ويشاكلوا ويموتوا، وبكرة هيصالحوا تاني يكون ما في سبب. قدر يقنع برضه الرئيس عمر حسن أحمد البشير برضه عشان الحرب دي بطريقة سلمية. وحتى لما السودان برضه جنوب السودان انفصل قدر برضه يربط علاقات بين جنوب السودان والسودان، لأن ما في سبب عشان نكون أعداء. بقينا الدولة والدولة برضه لازم يعترفوا بوجودها جنوب السودان. فهو لعب دور كبير سياسي، يعني معترفين به في العالم وفي جنوب السودان كلها. الناس كلهم عارفينه. هو كاتب تاريخ أننا ممكن نرجع ونكون مرجع للناس الصغار عشان يشوفوا الجنوب ذاته لازم يكون له تاريخ، والتاريخ ده بيكتبها الناس اللي عندهم معلومة. التاريخ ده المفروض برضه في الجامعة بتاعنا في مدارس بتاعنا لازم برضه يدرسوا. فالمؤرخين هذا التاريخ لازم يرجعوا للكتب دي عشان يكون عندنا كتب تاريخ يقدر يقراوا يدرسوا العيال في المدارس. فهو زعيم وراهب، ونحن جايين برضه نشجع اخونا كوي بونا مالوال واخوانه واخواته عشان برضه يشدوا حيلهم. قلنا احنا هنا ده معاكم كومراد كوي حزينين برضه. برضه نحن بنشكر الرب عشان خلاه يعيش ويقدر يرشدنا. عمره 97 دي برضه نشكر به ربنا، لأن في ناس بتاعنا بنموت في 40 في 50 سنة، لكن هو مشى 97 سنة. كان هيموت الموت اللي هو ربنا شاله به برضه طريقه كويس بدون ما يتعب. في ناس لما يمرضوا زول بيكون عيان زمن طويل، وحتى لو بقى عجوز برضه بيتعب الناس في الاعتناء بتاعه، يمشي يغسله ياكله all this. فالموت المفاجئ برضه بنشكر برضه ربنا عشان هو مشى بطريق بسلامة. ف في زمان اننا في بلد الدينكا لما زول كبير يعيش زمن طويل زي ده، لما يموت ناس ما بيحزنوا، ناس بيجيبوا النجارة برا ويرقصوا رقص. فإذا نحن ما نبكوا، ما نكون حزينين خالص، نشكر رب ونحن واعمل واجب بتاعه. فمن هنا أنا بنادي أمنا ريبيكا نيادين لمبيور عشان برضو هي تجي. السلام عليكم.